From tap strafing on console to an infinite number of decoys, Season 20 is bringing a huge improvement to a lot of the legends. With a whole new perk system, some legends get basically new abilities, and others, well, they don't really get much love. So today we're going to be covering the best legends in Season 20 based on the improvements that they get with this whole new perk system. So we're going to do a little bit of a tier list and see how it goes. Of course, your thoughts are welcome in the comments. I'd like to see what other people think. I think that's one of the best things about this kind of video. We can all share our opinion. Alright, so let's start off with Ash. She gets 2 uses of her tactical or a longer lasting tactical. Honestly, overall, I think this makes her definitely a better legend, but I still don't think she's going to outshine everyone's preconceptions of her. Also, when I'm rating these, I think a lot of the legends are really good for pubs and casual players, and other legends have been improved to be really good in ranked. So I'm kind of going to be judging them based on both. If they've had an insane improvement, but it's only really good for casual, I'll still be putting them in GOATed. A lot of us like to play Apex casually. Ballistic is pretty similar to Ash in the sense that he does get a second tactical charge, so I definitely think he's better, but they didn't really add anything to his ultimate, so I think I'm going to put him in meh. Bangalore is already a very good legend, but in terms of Season 20, well, she actually also got some pretty nice perks. She obviously has the ability to heal inside of her smoke, which I don't think will be as powerful as people think it is, but it's still a very, very good perk. She also has another perk which will ping enemies that trigger her passive, which I also think is a really, really good perk. One of the reasons for this is because it will ping them through smoke, so if you've smoked off an enemy and they shoot at you and it triggers your passive, you'll essentially be able to see them through the smoke without even having a digi threat. So I think Bangalore is very good since she has a good fundamental and her perks actually are really nice. Bloodhound gets the ability to improve their tactical so much, with a 5-second cooldown reduction and a longer lasting scan, makes them the best scan legend. Honestly, it's a little frustrating that Catalyst perks are basically just reverting previous nerfs, but I think the fact that it's doing that does make Catalyst very good. In fact, in terms of competitive, Catalyst might make it all the way up to GOATed. You can have 3 tacticals once again, and you can also increase the duration of her Dark Veil, and we all know how good Catalyst Wall is in a competitive environment, so having that last longer, or even increase its length, is a huge improvement. Next up, we have Caustic, and I think Caustic is very good. Caustic has been shown some love, and I love that. He's been to the gym because one of his perks let him yeet his traps, which actually would come in really handy if you're playing an aggressive Caustic playstyle. He also gets the ability to heal inside of his gas, which I think is a great ability, even better than Bangalore's, because he has even more gas traps and his ultimate that will make him heal. Crypto is one of those niche legends where in the right hands he's very good, but most people can't get much use out of him. And his perks don't change that. Pretty much just cooldown reductions. He does get a huge ultimate, which I think will go crazy, so he is better, but not by much. Fuse is going to be really fun to play in pubs with his increased speed every time he hits someone with his tactical. To be able to feel like Bangalore while playing Fuse, I think is very good. Gibraltar can revive people to 50 HP, and he has his tiny little bubble, which has a reduced cooldown. Makes him a better legend. Fundamentally, he already is a good legend, but I don't think his perks are crazy like some other legends. Horizon is the most picked legend, and there's many reasons for that. She is a good legend, her movement is insane, but her perks don't really do anything to help that. Her first set of perks are awful, and her second set of perks are just cooldown reductions. That's not me calling Horizon a bad legend, but in terms of the difference in Season 20, there's really not much difference. I'm going to chuck Lifeline in very good. She can have a reduced drone cooldown or a faster revive speed, which is great, but she's also one of the only legends to really get new abilities from these perks. She has the ability to gain a self-revive or spawn in a supply drop that will contain a red weapon. And by the time you reach those level 3 perks, you'll be able to make the decision if you think you'll need a self-revive or if you think you'll need a red weapon, which gives you a lot of freedom to choose what you need depending on what's happening in the game. Loba gets to take 3 items from her black market in one of her level 2 perks, which is great because it's the first perk that you get, so there's more time to capitalize on that loot, so I think she is definitely better. I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't think you'll see this affect your gameplay that much, but if you already like playing Loba, it's going to be a nice addition. Mad Maggie makes it all the way to GOATed. She can have 2 tacticals, which is going to be so awful to play against. Maggies could send 2 riot drills at you at the exact same time and you'll burn up like crazy, or completely block off 2 entrances to a building, and just the fact that she'll have double the amount of tacticals on cooldown is crazy. When you're fighting a Maggie, the rest period between her having her riot drill is a really nice feeling, but that's going to be getting cut in half in Season 20, so Maggie is going to be really, really powerful. Her ultimate is also going to feel so much less useless with the perk that creates create a fiery cross when it explodes, or even automatically reloading her shotguns when she gets a knock. Of course, Maggie is already super powerful with a shotgun, and this perk just makes that even better. There's going to be so many Maggie mains in Season 20, and look who's next. Mirage sits right up at the top in GOATed as well. Now, in terms of the high end of competitive, you're not going to see Mirage do well. However, in pubs and the lower end of competitive, Mirage is going to be so fun to play. He can give health regen after a revive, which looks like this, and it is honestly really crazy. And that's really powerful in itself because you're also invisible after you revive, so you can make use of this passive healing. But if you want to have fun and you want to get down to bamboozling, his other perk will mean his ultimate is only on a 30-second cooldown. That's right, every 30 seconds you can literally pop Mirage's ult. This is going to be amazing, and to follow that, you can have his tactical refresh every time you bamboozle someone. So if you're constantly popping these ultimates, constantly bamboozling people, you can start spamming your tactical. Season 20 is Mirage's season. Or you can have 2 tactical charges, which again will feel really nice to play with. And it doesn't stop there. The GOATed legends keep coming because we have Newcastle, who is GOATed in Season 20 based on only 1 perk. The fact that he also gives health regen after revive, and I think this makes him GOATed because Newcastle's revive is so strong, and if you do play Newcastle, you know exactly how powerful this is. So the fact that your teammate will automatically heal after you pull off those clutch revives will make his clutch revive even more clutch. You're going to see a lot of Newcastle clutch moments on Reddit. Octane, honestly, I do want to put him in GOATed, but I think he sits at the top end of very good. For 2 reasons involving his jump pad. The first one is that console players will finally feel the satisfaction of a tap strafe because his red jump pad gives him improved movement. But also for everyone who can already tap strafe, having 2 ultimate charges is going to create some insane rotations and some incredible outplays with 2 jump pads. So Octane is going to be very fun in pub. Pathfinder makes it into very good because he gets the ability to become a control or a recon legend, which is really nice since he is a skirmisher legend, and if you don't have a control or recon legend on your team, you're granted access to those survey beacons. Alongside that, he can refresh his grapple on a knock, or he can take slightly less damage on his zip lines, which are some nice improvements, but I do think having access to both those different beacons is actually really nice for Pathfinder. Rampart is also a very good pick for Season 20, as she gets some incredible buffs for Sheila with her perks, giving it an insanely fast spin-up time and a reduced ultimate cooldown. But also, if you're someone who doesn't use Sheila as much, then you can choose her other perks, which allow you to carry more ammo for those big LMGs and have faster reloads behind your amp's cover, which is just insane. She has some of the best perks that really do improve her kit. In fact, I'm going to put her in GOATed. We don't have to talk about this one. Then we have Valkyrie, who honestly is very good. In terms of competitive, she can go much higher on her ultimate, and a huge tactical area that will make sure you're hitting your enemies with those missiles. And for casual players, you can just choose to have improved movement, which is always fun. Vantage definitely gets a lot better as her perks really do focus in on her skill set. Being able to use ring consoles as a recon legend, or having ultimate accelerants give you 4 ammo on your sniper, along with the extra tactical buffs, just make Vantage all round a better legend. Watson is also going to be very good. She gets a little bit of a support perk in the sense that she can revive her teammates with more health, but her ultimate gets the best buff with those perks, turning grenades into arc stars for her team to use, and giving her the ability to put down 1 super fortified ultimate, or the ability to place 2 ultimates at the same time. Watson mains are eating good. Wraith gets a little bit better. She can get notified when the nearby squad count increases, which is really good for third parties, and her tactical becomes a little bit quicker. Revenant also gets a little bit better with improvements to his tactical. And finally, Conduit is a very good legend. She is receiving a nerf in Season 20 to her tactical, but she also gets a perk that can give her 2 tactical charges, which is going to be great for Conduit, who is already one of the best legends in the game with her shield healing capabilities. So there you go. Some of you may completely disagree with me, but in terms of the changes we get in Season 20, this is what I have for you. And to summarize, in terms of pubs, Mirage, Maggie, Rampart, and Octane are going to be so fun to play. And in terms of competitive, Catalyst, Conduit, Valkyrie are all going to be great picks. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to read what you guys have to say.